Hey, this Russell back again with today's episode. I basically since I've been gone, I went ahead and I played a game, uh, just off screen in order to unlock all of the stuff I didn't have before, because someone in the comment section pointed out energy stuff. So you see me here going ahead and putting like blowing the vast majority of our money that we have sitting out on windmills, just so that I can go ahead and take advantage of energy power. I messed with it like a little bit up to this point, just on that one game that you saw in the background. It does make a significant amount of money over time, so I think it's a worthwhile investment. If I had planned for this better, I would have done it on like one of those like field maps and put like my little house on there. I guess it'd be probably a little more efficient to have more space, but it's fine. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing here. And back to the regular episode now. So here we are now. It's been a few minutes since I've recorded. By a few minutes, I mean like a few weeks. Of course, I played that off-screen game that you just kind of just saw like a really short clip of. And basically, what had happened was, I hadn't had like any of these tasks done that unlocked like all of those little things. Um, just because I had uninstalled the game like a year or so ago. I'd kind of like finished playing the game for a while, and then I just reinstalled it not too long ago because I felt like trying out this whole one employee challenge thing. And of course that removed all of those like little tasks and stuff like that. I think I was playing on like a different computer as well. I got a new laptop since then, so I'm sure that had something to do with it as well. And yeah, so I have all of those tasks done now by playing that other game that you guys saw the short clip of. And someone in the comment section mentioned about you know, this stuff. I've experimented it for the very first time in the other clip of the game that you saw. It actually gets you a decent amount of money. I'm curious to see what kind of impact it has on this. The very first day, it probably won't have much of an impact just because we had to spend a ton of money, and we also built these batteries, and these batteries have to get like fully charged first before I think it starts selling off the excess automatically. But yeah, we're back at our house. I could do a little bit of remodeling if I wanted to, because I have a few more things to remodel with. I don't think I want to do that this episode, just because it's been a while since I've actually like played the game. Uh, you know, the series at least. You can tell by like the last episode being, oh, what was it? I forget what it was. But this episode is like almost like 10 updates plus later. So yeah, it's been a minute. And it's just because I was playing that one game, and I've also been very busy and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna have you go typing away. Almost done with the final iteration. Someone gave advice in the comment section on how to increase creativity and stuff like that. Um, like having him like do other stuff while his like creative meter is low. Um, so let me look at that. So right now, creativity, I guess, inspiration, I guess, is on the lower end. And if I was to just like have him do like something else for a couple days and come back to it, it would be fine. At least that's from what I understand. Maybe it's not on the lower end right now. I have to kind of get a sense of it by watching it, and so I'll look into that. Um, Not with this game though. This is almost finished. We're gonna be done at iteration 3, and yeah. So right now we have. I'm curious. We're not curious about this energy in the corner. So are these already all fully charged? Okay, so we're going to get like some of the excess today in terms of cash flow. We won't see it on here because it'll just show like a huge red drop. So let's go to like where's the financial page again? Finances. Um, so for utilities, I think it'll say like electricity sold or something like that. Income 4,000. But that's just like, for today. And of course, it had to cover electricity. Now it's going up a lot more, and it's like near the end of the day. Interesting. So tomorrow it's going to probably be a lot better, I'm hoping. Still, like, 10,000 a day is pretty nice. But it's going to be a lot more than that. I think the windmills give you a lot more than that. So let's just watch this today. Let's just see how much money we make off of the windmills just chilling all day. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like the same every day, of course, like the exact same every day, but it's still nice to watch and see what we're getting in terms of money back on this. Solar might also be an option. It might look nicer to have like just solar panels chilling on the roof. The only thing is that will make the interior look kind of disgusting. And so we're up to 25K already. And I'm not sure how like constant wind power is and by constant I mean like like I'm sure like the winds probably go slower on some days and faster on others. Like right now there's a storm, so I assume that's affecting it. And but it's like 40K a day. So I mean it's gonna take a while to make back like the 7 million I spent, but that being like said, let's go ahead and just develop this. Worst case scenario, if something happens and like I just like completely like flop a game or something like that, I'm just gonna have like passive income now. So that was quite a bit of money that we just got. Produced quite a lot. Now it looks like the sea is kind of like slowing down now. I think. Yeah, look, the windows are actually like moving slower too. Huh. But is it like producing it slower? I think it is. Okay. So we'll just have to watch that over time and see just like how it spikes and stuff like that. Just get kind of a feel for it. So I'll check in with that graph later. I'll look at it like maybe near like the end of the episode. Right now we're going to just kind of watch this, see what we're doing here. So we're working away on our computer. It's almost time to upgrade to the next level computers. I don't see much point in upgrading to the laptop right now. Just keep it on there. And yeah, we'll just keep things going. This person's got a nice car for just being a security guard, but that's fine. He can have a nice car. After all, he works for me. And actually getting quite tired by the end of the day. We're down to 1,000 active users. People are a little happy with us because if I remember correctly, at like the end of last episode, we did like port the sports game over and do an update on it. So it looks like our sports reputation has gone slightly up. We're still gaining FPS. It looks like it just stopped going up, our sports reputation. We're still gaining FPS reputation, which is pretty cool. So now if we go to finances, it looks like we would produce a lot less last month. Interesting. So over the course of the game, I wonder if we're going to make our money back from this. That could be something to watch. I'm not 100% sure. This whole game's kind of been experimental for me because it's my first time messing with like the electricity stuff. So it might be like awesome. It might be like one of those things where it's like it wasn't worth the investment because I didn't make all the money back on it. After all, it was like some $7 million. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like you can't really go wrong. The state's 86%, so it's like maintenance dude have to like come out here and like fix these. May have to hire like another maintenance dude person. How are the batteries looking? Because I think the batteries need like a maintenance dude as well. I mean, I have one maintenance dude, but that is gonna be like a lot of work for him. No, I don't know. I don't know how much work a maintenance dude can do in a day. I guess I'll know if there's like any fires that get started. Again, experimentation. It'd be cool to see windmills on fire too. So I'm entirely for that. Some people just want to see the world burn, right? And Brain Taylor's one of those men apparently. So we got 50% of the art done right off the bat, 18% of the code. Probably like around this mark, we'll probably do like a little bit of a review iteration thing and see what we can get done for that. I'm tempted to just like end this, the marketing I mean, or maybe just even bring it down to like you, because like we don't really need marketing now, as far as I can tell. If anything, it's just going to make him lose energy faster. So maybe at the end of the day, I'll just end the marketing campaign. Because that doesn't look like we're going to be selling any more copies, so we won't really... I mean, we're still making like a $7,000 profit for a $2,000 market campaign. So I mean, it's worth it, kind of. Maybe. Sorry if you hear the stupid dogs in the background. They've been quiet all day and then they just skulk like crazy. They're not my dogs too, so I can't do anything about it. They just went crazy right now, like as soon as I started recording. So yeah, that's the end of that day. I'm gonna go ahead and end the marketing tomorrow. So you made a good 9,000, but we're gonna end the marketing so that we don't get too tired. Because it looks like at the end of each day we're like going home like right at the edge of our energy. So I think that will help like ever so slightly. We'll see. But yeah, full energy today, and we're going down pretty normal rate. And let's just go ahead and check our finances. This will be the last time I check it for now. We're making a decent chunk of change today. So you can see it kind of like fluctuates. I'll go ahead and check it at the end of the episode though. It looks good on here. I mean, once next month it'll look awesome because it'll be like green forever now. Until like we have to like buy copies to sell like a game and do big marketing and stuff like that. So we'll see what our energy level is at the end of today, but I assume it's going to be a little better without the marketing. Not really by much. And what are we looking at for these like batteries? Are they getting repaired? Yeah, 82%. And what are we looking at for these windmills? Yeah, look at that. 76. 76. So I guess it has to be like 70% or something to get repaired, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully people won't just ignore it. Manage... What is it going to be? It's not hire employees. Manage staff. So maintenance will do that. I don't think there's anyone else that would do that, yeah. I think it has to be maintenance that does it. If it's not, it's IT support, and we have both in the maintenance and IT support person. That's like just stays on constantly, so yeah. So it's interesting, our income is gonna kinda fluctuate with the wind, so we're kinda gonna get like a little it's probably gonna tell us whenever like the wind goes up and down, which is kinda cool. Flow with the wind. So our artwork is almost done, 91% already, and esports simulator is halfway done overall. So I guess it was just a little bit of artwork, which makes sense. I mean, the only thing we really added to this game was shadows, I think, in 3D. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. And we go into November of 1998. And we'll just look and see what kind of sports games are coming out so we have a good idea of what's coming up. We have You coming out in the late 1999. And nothing in 2000. And I guess there's not enough information for 2000 and 2001 yet. So maybe I'll just upload it like in late 2000 so I can sit and like fix the bugs for a while. That seems like a decently optimal strategy, I guess. I mean, I'm not in a rush to put it out. And if there's too much bugs, it might be a little unmanageable for my little dude. Especially since this is going to be like, you know, the ultimate esport game that we've released. So, And if I can avoid it, I will try to avoid selling the IP, but no promises. It's one of those things where it's like we can't like hold on to any IPs that get too big. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. Because yeah, it's one of those things where like we'll start losing fans and stuff like that. I notice we just lose like a small trickle of fans every month. I'm not sure if that's like a natural thing in the game, like a way to like just make sure that you always keep getting fans, or if there's like something causing it. It would be interesting if something was causing it. Um, but I think there might just be like a natural low downward trend for fans. Like you just slowly have people losing interest over time when there's like no releases because you don't have anything new out. Let's go ahead and review this by a group of people at the end of the day. Would be nice to have a subsidiary maybe one day. We'll see. And go ahead. Going to end. Let's go end it here. Creativity's a 9 out of 10, amazingly. And let's go ahead and reiterate it. So that was like a pretty decent review. And that's just like not even close to being done yet. I mean, a lot of the higher scores comes from artwork. I mean, obviously it's like the system in 3D that's struggling a bit more. It will be interesting though, because this is like one of like the first 3D whatchamacallit's coming out games, I guess. So yeah, definitely increase the value of the game. And now we're back down to 50%. But again, no rush. No rush. We'll let it go nice and slow. And yeah, we have gotten like a couple 100,000 over the last few months while these wind turbines go in. And it's nice to know that at least like at the end of the day, if everything else fails, we're gonna still be making like enough money because we don't have to pay like anyone's salaries. At this point, we've made this home like completely self-sufficient. Like it to pay for the electric bills, the staff, and everything. Speaking of staff, okay, this one is getting like fixed. The wind turbines, 87, 87, 87, 87. 87, 87, 87. And what are we looking at for the batteries? 81, 81, 81. So they are being fixed. We only really need one maintenance student. That one picked up a little bit last month. Again, I'll just go ahead and look at the graph at the end of the episode in terms of production of electricity. And yeah, got our nice little home in this nice little neighborhood. Biggest home in the neighborhood. 2 stories, and I don't see any 3-story homes. Actually, there we go. That's a nice looking home. That would be cool to have. Something like that. What else? We got this guy here, smaller home. And that big 3-story home, that big 3-story home. So there's a couple 3-story homes. So maybe we need to add an extra 2 stories to our home eventually so that we can overshadow all the other people in our neighborhood. For our ego. Because Brain Taylor does need to have the biggest and bestest house in the neighborhood. That is very important. Priority 1. I guess I can go ahead and cheat and count saying that we have a basement. But if I say that, then who's to say that this 3-story house right here doesn't also have a basement? So I can't do that actually. And yeah. Now the wind turbines are just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And I'm sure that means they're making absolutely no money. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So that's, I guess, the downside of it. So maybe, just making like a small building with like a ton of solar panels, like maybe right here. would be fine. Or since I want to make my house taller anyways, maybe making like a solar panel pyramid on the top of the house. That could be interesting. Uh, Maybe I'll play around with designs like off camera or something for that. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with that. I could even just like demolish this house at one point and make like a slightly bigger house. Like just buy up this whole lot and make something a bit more bit nicer. Because honestly, this house isn't like the nicest building I've made. You know, partially because I didn't put in anything like rugs and stuff like that, and I'm not doing that this episode. Partially because I never really designed a house like this before. My house skills come from like Minecraft, not like I never played The Sims. I mean, I played like the really like cheap like free mobile version, but I've never like owned like The Sims free or something like that. Even though I've always like kind of wanted that game, it's just always been like one or two games lower in my priority list of other games that I want to buy. So yeah, I haven't been doing that, but it would be nice to get like a Sims game one day. I've never really looked at like Sims 4 as being awesome. The whole more like open world style Sims 3 seems like a lot more fun of a game, but I could be wrong. Maybe Sims 4 is more worth it. Um, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up getting one day. But right now, I keep putting it off because I have other games I want to buy first. Next top one on my list is Geopolitical Simulator 4 just came out, so I'm just waiting for the next sale. Even though like they don't have very good sales for that game, it's kind of annoying. Like when they do go on discount, it's just like $10 or $15 off or something like that. But I can never justify buying a game at full price for myself. I just hate it. It's like if I wait 2 months, I get it on sale. So yeah, the 2022 Geopolitical Simulator 4 is going to be the next thing I grab up, and I don't know, maybe I'll upload that on the channel. I'm not sure. Um, Not the 2022 version, then maybe a 2023 version in the future. Uh, we'll see. That might just be a game I want to play offline because that's a lot more complicated, and I feel like it would just be like a little on the slow side for the channel at the beginning, just because I'm not the best at it, and I think I need to do a little bit more improvement before I make my debut on that game on YouTube. I think I can get really good at it if I really put my mind to it, and I really am going to put my mind to it one of these days, because it is a really fun game. But that's not what we're playing today. We're playing Software Inc., which is another fun game. And we got our awesome car, and we got our two-story house. Never owned a house in Software Inc. before this playthrough, and that's because it's not The Sims. There you go. Uh, but yeah, pretty fun stuff. And so that must have been like the month that like we barely had any electricity at the beginning, because there was a dip there. You can see that. I mean, I could try to rush this game out like a month or two before that other sports game. I just don't see the point. Like, if it's too buggy when I release it, people are gonna notice that and be like, "Oh, this game sucks compared to the prequel of this game, the game that came before," and then they're not gonna buy it because they think the first game was better. And then people are also gonna be like, uh, calling me up for customer support like non-stop, and that'll be a hell annoying because I need the plane coming in. There's a plane coming in, so if you are having a hard time hearing me, sorry. uh might have been filtered out by the mic though. I did add like a filter, so we'll see. um or I lost my train of thought. The plane just completely wrecked me. um Oh yeah, customer support. Yeah, I don't want there to be like way too many like customer support tickets when this releases, or I'll have to sell the IP, which is not something I really want to do for this one. It's my baby, the esports simulator. It's what's like gotten us this far. So everything else would kind of just like let go of. Esports Simulator 4, being able to hold on to make money off of it, um, could regularly. If I do sell Esports Simulator 3D though, then I will make a new sports game after it that's like not a sequel to it, just to kind of ride off of that sports reputation I'm probably gonna get from releasing this game. Or I could go FPS games if this one isn't such like a big hit as I hope it's gonna be, and just ride off of the FPS recognition that I seem to keep getting, even though I sold the FPS game. So I assume like it must be a mechanic then. I gotta get ready to promote this. I assume there must be a mechanic then that allows you to, well, people recognize the fact that you made the game. Which makes sense. Like, if one company owns the game later, you always still have like loading screen from the original game that advertises like the original company that made it. Um, and that always just like kind of stays in the game. I've never really seen like a new company take over and then like change that screen. Um, there we go. Promote time. And time to work on bug fixes. I'm not even sure if I should tell the press yet. I just feel like if I tell the press, they're just gonna lose interest, like in time. Kind of depends on when I want to release it. It's still only August. I could still go for a November release. Anyways, I'm over time with this episode by like more than a minute and a half, so I'll decide that before next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Russell. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe if you guys want to see more. You guys have a good one. God bless. Oh, before you go, I wanted to show you guys this graph because I said I was going to look at it. There we go. Bye. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Always interested in your feedback down in the comment section. You guys have a good one. God bless.